This is a tough pill to swallow because on YouTube, the opposite of good is off. That means if your video is not good, it's gone. And James Janney knows it well.
James Janney is phenomenal. He's so good at what he does. Like this crop of creators, Dodford, James Janney, even like Johnny Harris. But when I watch James Janney specifically, they feel like documentaries. And I think it's because they call them documentaries.
We are in the renaissance of documentaries, where facts are the new storytellers and reality is our most captivating drama. Every minute of his videos is so carefully crafted to tease us, to pull us in, to make us crave more while creating the right amount of intrigue. There are a million things that James Janney do that you have to do until you go. This video is going to show you a side of something that you have never seen before. A good story is all you need.
So fundamentally, I really love storytelling, which is the first thing. And the second thing is I really love sharing those stories with the world.
James Janney is a creator, but I see him as a true filmmaker. And if you are into making videos, whether it's your passion or your profession, you are a filmmaker too. And because of that, you should craft your process like a filmmaker. Therefore, every video you make should have a crystal clear intent. Your intent could be as straightforward as I want to cover the basics of stock market and how to invest in it, or it can be as complex as I want to dive into the debate about whether the crypto world is a revolutionary force or the greatest Ponzi scheme in human history. No matter whatever it is, it's the reason you are making the video in the first place. Now here's the question. Why should your audience care? In simple words, why should anyone give a freaking damn about it? Here's the raw truth. Your video isn't just a compilation of visuals and words. It's a chance to resonate with someone out there, to touch them, to make them question or believe, to evoke a reaction that lingers long after the screen goes dark. In essence, your video should be a revelation, a story that's begging to be heard, a message that can't be ignored. It should matter to them because it matters to you. And when it does matter, when it resonates deeply, that's when you have not only captured their attention but their hearts and minds too. Take for instance the fact that millions of children worldwide lack access to quality education. But why do we care? Because this education inequality perpetuates cycle of poverty, limits potential, and deprives our world of countless untapped talents. With this in mind, you have got something that could easily be the basis of your video that appeals through story, emotion, and rhythm. So, every time you sit down to answer these questions, remember this. You are not just crafting a video, you are shaping an experience. An experience that's worth every damn moment. As humans, we are naturally drawn to stories. They evoke emotions like humor, fear, patriotism, anger, inspiration, awe, and even lust, which compels us to put our butts in a seat to watch the whole video throughout. That's why storytelling and sharing the human experience are at the core of what we do as filmmakers. And to craft compelling stories, you need to understand the ingredients so you can use them not just in your scripts but in your editing too. You see, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning sets the stage, The middle is where something happens, and the end brings it all together. Okay, sounds good. But now let's break this down further. We are going to be looking at something called the 5-act story structure, primarily using the most viewed documentary of James Yaney, The Untold Story About Money. This documentary is about an actual equation that allows you to build wealth from nothing, a journey you won't want to miss. Act 1 is the setup. It's where the story gets started. Here, we meet the main characters, understand their world, and see the big problem they are facing. This is where we get a sense of how things are before everything changes. In the video, James shows us the big differences in wealth from super rich folks like Jeff Bezos to regular folks like you and me. It helps us understand our current reality, our dreams, and barriers we set for ourselves. Act 2 is the rising action. This is where things start getting interesting. We dive deeper into the story, the main conflict takes shape, and subplots come into play. The stakes are raised and complications arise. In this part, he challenges our conventional ideas about money by sharing some eye opening facts and truths. It's as if he is inviting us to a friendly debate, nudging us to see money from a whole new perspective. It's all about making us question what we have always thought about money and wealth. Act 3 is the climax. This is where everything comes to a head. The main problem is at its most intense, and we are on the edge of our seats. Big decisions are made, and actions are taken that will decide how the story ends. At this moment, James introduced the core principle of wealth, that is solving problems. It challenges the traditional equation of money being tied to a salaried job and emphasizes the importance of time. The viewer is presented with a new perspective on wealth building. Act 4 is the falling action. After the climax, it's time to see what happens next. The main problem starts getting solved, but there are still some smaller problems to deal with. Here, James focuses on the practical aspect of implementing the core principle. It discusses the importance of scalability in solutions and differentiates between scalable and non-scalable businesses. The outcomes of building a successful business are also explored here. Act 5 is the resolution. This act resolves the main conflict and any remaining subplots. It provides closure to the story and ties up any loose ends. In the video, it reflects on the true purpose of seeking wealth, emphasizing freedom and the value of time. It summarizes the key messages and encourages the viewer to seek meaningful struggles in life. Now, you might be wondering, does understanding this story structure really matters? Think of it this way. When you know the key elements of a great story, the setup, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution, you can use these elements to craft your videos more effectively. But remember, while the structure is a great tool, it's not a strict formula. You have room for creativity and flexibility. Use it as a guide, adapt it to your content, and make it your own. So the next time you sit down to create a video, whether it's about money, education, or any other topic, think like a filmmaker. Consider the story you want to tell, the emotions you want to evoke, and the impact you want to make. However, here's the catch though. What if you spend hours carefully scripting word by word, and when you are actually filming, it just doesn't feel right? Maybe your shot lacks that dramatic touch. Your shot seems flat, lacking depth. You will start to ask yourself, how does James Yaney create that dramatic feeling that you can't quite achieve at your location? And not just that, what about transitions? Just because you have the options to throw them into your timeline, should you? What about motion graphics? Just because you have the tools to create them, should you? Do they even make your story better and grab your audience's attention? Or do they pull their focuses away and confuse them? To answer these questions, you are gonna have to wait till part 2. We will be exploring the production and post-production of a video, and how James Janney transformed a video into a Netflix-style documentary film.